In our world, there are many false prophets, and it's always been thus. As a matter of fact, Jesus, in his own time, in today's gospel, warns about those who are false prophets, those who are really wolves in sheep's clothing, saying one thing, appearing to be one way, but being quite the other, seeming safe, but actually being rather dangerous. So Jesus, in his wisdom, wants to help us determine who is a true prophet from who is a false prophet. And he says you'll know them by their fruits. So if we demonstrate the fruits of the Spirit, people can know that we're closely followers of Jesus Christ. And if we don't, then maybe we could be Christians in name only. So what are some of those fruits? Well, we hear about them in Paul's epistles. There's love, joy, peace, kindness, gentleness, patience, self-control. These are some of the fruits of the Spirit. And if we're close to God, and if we are truly united with him, we'll demonstrate these fruits in our lives. In this brief reflection, let me just talk about two of them, joy and peace. I think these are great ways to determine who actually is close to Christ with a meaningful relationship and who might not be. Joy. The joy that Jesus gives us comes from discovering the true meaning of life, the absolute full meaning of life, which is so limitless, that I'm unconditionally loved by a God who gave his life for me. That joy fills our hearts with gratitude and with thanksgiving. It's not a joy that's really facile or super effervescent all the time. It is a subtle joy, a joy that goes deep, an inner joy that comes from knowing that I am loved by God. So joy. Does a person demonstrate joy, the joy of the gospel as St. Francis talks about it, as Pope Francis rather speaks about it? So joy. The other thing is peace. A person who is close to God experiences peace in their life because their life is in harmony with God, because they know that they are loved by God, because they're aware and secure and confident in his unconditional love for them. So they're full of peace. And a person who's close to God can really spread that peace to other people too, giving them confidence, hope, and security in God's love. So many times, I think the false prophets of our time can be discovered when we visit their blogs or their vicious websites. Some blogs and websites present themselves as wolves in sheep's clothing. They seem so sincere. They seem like rocks upon which we can build our faith. They seem like they really have it together, and they're exposing the truth of the church when so many others are hiding it. And yet, if those very same blogs have ad hominem attacks on people, trying to destroy their name, being vicious, being unchristian in the way they present things, let's face it, we all have to be able to expose any corruption. We have to be able to call out people who are not being faithful. But at the same time, we do that with a sense of peace, with a sense of Christian love and charity, with fullness of truth, but also in charity. Beware of sites and beware of blogs where this is not the case. So I think each of us can really know those who are true and those who are false by the fruits of the Spirit. Things like joy and peace and the other things that I mentioned. If we're close to Christ, I think we'll have a greater feeling of these in our own life. And I think it helps us when we're dealing with others too. So may God bless you with greater joy and greater peace and a greater desire to go deeply into the life of the Trinity. May God bless you.